friends, I recently got to take a weekend getaway little trip to Palm Springs, Palm Desert area with my family. I did some thrifting, some antiquing, we had fun all around, and in this video I am going to share that experience with you. Welcome to the Dress Up Mom. But first, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. If you are a regular viewer and subscriber, I absolutely love you. Thank you so much. If you are new to the channel and you like what you see, please subscribe. It's just the button here. It means the world to me as I'm trying to grow this channel. We are also on all the social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dress Up Mom, hashtag The Dress Up Mom, and you can check us out there too. One of the biggest blessings in my life is that I live in San Diego. I absolutely love living here for so many reasons, and if you watch my channel, I love talking about San Diego and showing you different places in San Diego. But I also love that within a couple hours of driving, we can be in the mountains, we can be in the desert, you can easily be at the ocean. You just kind of have a little bit of everything. And about 2.5 hours from us drive, sometimes people can make it in 2, we take about 2.5, is the Palm Springs, Palm Desert, Rancho, Mirage, Indian Wells, that whole area. And it's really so different than here. It's a whole different kind of experience. You feel like you've gotten away and gotten a big change of scenery, but you can drive it pretty easily, and it's a wonderful thing to do for just a weekend. You know, we have great weather in San Diego and it's warm, but Palm Springs and Palm Desert in November, December, all the way through until the real hot summer months is really nice. It stays nice and sunny and warm, so if it's starting to get a little bit colder here by us, it's a fun place to go and get warmed up a little bit too. I have a friend who has a condo in the Palm Desert area, and she was kind enough to rent it out to us for a weekend for a very small amount. So we were able to get the kids to come and join us and spend a weekend in Palm Desert. I love going there because of the antiquing and the resale shopping. There's some great things there, and I'm going to show you a couple of places that I found and just take you along a little bit so you can get a feel of our weekend getaway in Palm Springs. One of our traditions is to stop at Hadley's on the way up to Palm Springs, and it is known for its date shake, which is truly delicious. It also has all sorts of dates and things that you can buy there. So we always get a little lunch and for sure a date shake, and then we go into the little grocery shop area there and pick out things either to take home or to have with us and snack on while we're on our trip. And this time, since we were staying in a condo, we picked up a bunch of stuff to have at the condo just to be able to snack and eat, and then we took the rest of it all home. I always know we're getting close to the area because about 30 miles out there are these wind turbines, and I just love to watch them. I'm a big renewable energy fan, and I think they're just so cool. I have no idea how they work, but they are fun to see. Before you knew it, here we were on Country Club Lane, and we were at the resort in the condo that we were staying. It was really a lovely place with a golf course, very cute, 2 bedrooms, and the view from the deck was fantastic. It was right to the pool and to the lovely golf course. It was beautiful weather that weekend, and we definitely got to spend a lot of time at the pool. Here's some evidence that the apple does not fall far from the tree. Here is my Dane modeling and having fun with his caftan for me. I loved it. The next day, we decided to try out my friend's recommendation for breakfast. She thought it was one of the best breakfasts she's ever had, and it really was truly delicious. Conveniently, right next door was Victoria's Attic Antique Mall. Now, this place was fantastic. It was chock full of mid-century, just absolute treasures. This is one of my favorite periods of time. And everything in here was so well curated, in pristine condition. The prices weren't bad, and I just spent hours walking around looking at this incredible stuff. It was a very large space, and each of these booths were rented out to people, and each one had its own little charm and flavor to it. But what they all had in common was that the merchandise was incredible and so just, I don't know, breathtaking to me. I loved this. Now, unfortunately, my home is already filled to the brim with everything that I need. So there was nothing I could really shop for myself. I was hoping that Dane might get some of these glasses, but he was afraid to have to hand wash them. Everything, again, was just lovely. I am looking for a vintage Starburst clock, and I would have bought one of these if they were real, but they were reproductions, and I really want a vintage one that's in good working order, so I passed, but I thought they were very cool.
Gonna make you dance, dance, dance. Dance, dance, dance.
We found out there was a whole nother area, and when we went there, we hopped onto this shop that had the amazing caftans and 60s inspired pieces of clothing. Again, very well curated, in good working order. I had a lot of fun in here, spent a lot of time in here. I'm following this gal now on Instagram because I think she has great taste. She's like a kindred spirit. I ended up not buying anything here. I tried some things on, but nothing was quite right. But I'm going to show you some of the finds that I saw while I was in here.
Gonna make you dance, dance, dance.
The booth next door had these silk vintage kimonos that were absolutely gorgeous. You know how I love these kimonos. Sort of regretting I didn't buy one, honestly. I then went on my own and did some resale shopping at Angel View. Now this is a chain out in the desert area. They have them in a bunch of places, and I've had a lot of good luck in these places. Now it was kind of funny because after going to that amazingly curated antique shop, this all seemed a little bit, I don't know, not as nice. But there were definitely some great deals, some good pieces, and I had a lot of fun looking around in here too. They did have a pretty good selection of vintage St. John knits. I'm seeing these pop up in a bunch of different places, and I like to have fun with these. I've had good luck dyeing and shrinking St. John knits, and that's what I was on the lookout for. Unfortunately, this was too small. I loved it. This was not St. John knit, but it was a vintage 49ers sweater that I thought was kind of cool. It fit me pretty well, and I thought I would wear it for a little while and then resell it for more than I even bought it for, which is exactly what happened. It was in great shape. This is the skirt that I ended up finding from St. John Knits. Now, it was a little bit too big for me. You'll see there in a minute. And I didn't like the color, but I thought I could dye it in a really pretty color, shrink it up a little to make it almost like a tiny, kind of a shorter mini skirt. Now, I have to be careful that I can get stains out of it because otherwise those would show up when I do the dyeing. But here's how it looked. You could see it's a little bit big, so it was the perfect size for me to shrink and dye, and I'll do a video and show you that. After sunbathing a little bit, it was time to get ready and go to dinner. Here I am in my caftan and my amazing squash blossom necklace that I found. We like to go to Mitch's for their delicious seafood, which really is top notch. When we were there, Lisa Kudrow was a couple tables down, which was kind of fun, and I love our family dinners together.
Nothing's better than being married to the dress-up mom. Trust me. Yes.
Jane, do your eye roll. I want your eye roll. That was super fun for me. I got a change of scenery. I really felt like I got to have some relaxing time and do something a little bit different, and it basically just took a weekend to do. I can't wait to dye that St. John knit skirt that I got and make it a really pretty red color. I will do that in the next coming weeks and do a video on that as well. I would love to know your desert stories, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, wherever you end up in there. If you have favorite places and some of the places I might check out the next time I go there, please leave that in the comments below. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.